If your kid is unruly, then maybe like if you like tell us about a kid, you get a free beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or actually, the person that tells you about, you got to give their kid a beer.
Welcome back to Arsenic Culture. I am Matt.
I'm Jason.
I'm Drew.
I'm Pierre.
I had to give you the look. I didn't know if you knew I was going to introduce
I was
you.
still ready.
I was like, you can go ahead.
And me and Pierre are here to pump you up.
Pierre's been on the last 4 episodes, so he's a mainstay today. Welcome back.
Yes. Today we're talking about brewery crotch goblins.
We are. Well, that's actually true.
We are. So let's get into our crotch goblins. We are actually talking about breweries, and this is a highly debated topic, and I can't wait to get into this. Jason, do you have kids?
No. Yes, one. I think one.
Yeah. Pierre, do you have any kids?
I do not.
Drew, you got kids?
One child.
I've got one child. Our childs are actually best friends.
My child's in
Hopefully soon, but
college.
not yet.
Yeah.
Our chillins.
Here's the question. What is your all's opinion on having kids at breweries?
Well, my opinion depends on me opening this beer, and I'm not doing very well today. I'm gonna give it to Pierre.
Let you give that opinion while I tend to work on this for you.
I'm gonna go. I'll come back around to me, but still, I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. Like
You're okay.
yes,
So
it is.
I think
old.
it depends. So my son Garrett is 18, so
Right.
he's in college. We moved him into University of Kentucky this week,
Right,
but we never had him out too much as a younger child. Like I would say when he was 10, we'd have him out often.
But the
with
brewery
us.
scene wasn't quite as rampant
8 years ago.
8 years ago as it is now,
Well,
or like 5 years ago.
I have a Country Boy shirt on, local
Right.
brewery, but I would never take him to Country Boy in Chair Avenue.
No, I wouldn't take him. Check
Like
him
that's not a kid-friendly brewery. Now, Country Boy in Georgetown, kid-friendly.
Yeah.
West 6, definitely kid-friendly.
West 6 Farm, more kid friendly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Mirror Twin used to be with a cage, kid-friendly,
The kid
tracks.
jail. Yeah, the kid jail.
So
yeah.
Ethereal was always kid-friendly outside, inside, whatever. But I think it depends. Like we took our son out when we were younger. So like we're talking he's 3 to 10. So he wasn't the best well-behaved. Like he wasn't the most behaved person.
Really?
Shockingly. But
Shockingly.
if we went out, what turned us
anticlimactic
off
top
the
pulling
first time we went out after we had Garrett? So when he was born, me and Angie went out to Deshays. Remember Deshays downtown?
man, on the
Oh,
corner?
yeah, I remember
Yeah.
the Shays, yeah.
So we went upstairs,
Outfitters now.
had a seat up there, a table up there, by the window, like had a reservation by the window, had a dinner planned out, just having a good time out. And I'll be damned if there was a table to our left. I'll never forget it. And this kid was literally running around the damn table. I mean, making circles, just yelling. And the mom and dad's just like oblivious.
Oh, my God. And you want to just like stick your foot out and
want
trip him?
Well, first I want to punch the parents.
Yeah.
Then I want to lightly trip the kid and catch him
Right.
like a trap and just throw him in there. But
Yeah.
and then put masking tape over the mouth too,
Yeah,
or whatever, or electrical tape. But
Throw them away, yeah.
I realized at that point we cannot take our son out and be those parents. So anytime we took our son out, and we tried many times, he would act up some. It just happens. Kids, it happens. But
Wait, are you telling me there's a sense of social accountability required for
is.
going out with your own family members?
that's what I say.
I don't believe that. No.
So what we would do at that point is like, look, let's get our food to go. Like, you go to the car with Garrett or I'll go to the car with Garrett. We'll get our food to go. We're leaving. I don't want to make everybody else's night miserable. Like, screw this,
Yeah.
So we have that sense because of that night to Shades.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
breweries, I'll come back to. Go ahead.
Pierre, what do you think, man?
It's
For somebody who doesn't have any kids.
for somebody who doesn't have any kids.
Be honest,
But
dude.
I have also worked in the food industry now as a professional chef.
Right.
For
You
mentions,
see it firsthand.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
also.
probably, yeah.
Absolutely, and especially
It's not a brewery, but it's still like a venue.
we serve alcohol.
Food, beverage.
We have food. We serve alcohol. Like it's still the same thing. And even then, before at an even smaller location, it's difficult. Having a child who's disruptive or upset or whatever the case may be. They're children. It's hard. So you tend to most people read the room. They take their child outside, calm their child down.
The rational people do.
The rational people do go to the car. At breweries, I feel like it is it's a weird world sometimes, man.
It
can
does. It does feel like when you go to breweries, a lot of times
it can be a
parents
little bit of a free for all
will assume that like kids can run around
and just do whatever.
There's
yes.
something about breweries, like breweries specifically, where they just let their kids run around like it's freaking Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes.
Heathen ass kids, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't see that. You wouldn't go to like Tony's and see that.
Absolutely.
Right.
And
No.
honestly, I feel like at a brewery, it could be a little more socially acceptable. In a weird way, I feel like people
It's
are
like
just like
kids and dogs. Right?
yes, that's exactly it. So I feel like people are just like, oh, it's a child. They're just running around. They're not really
guess.
bothering anything.
But I
feel
said
like-
you wouldn't see that at Tony's. You wouldn't even see that at Shamrock's.
Right, but at a
you kind of
restaurant-
would, I
You
wouldn't
guess, but
see
not
the
as
Texas
much.
Roadhouse.
Yes,
You wouldn't see
and
the
that's
Texas
how it
Roadhouse,
is,
exactly.
I
Yeah.
feel like at a restaurant, it's honestly dangerous.
It is.
Because you
Very
have somebody
dangerous.
running around with
Yeah.
food, hot food
Servers.
especially. Shout out
Yeah.
Minton's at 701 National
Hell
Avenue,
yeah,
by
man.
the way.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. I love you guys. But nonetheless,
Plug it.
it's also just one of those things like you have to genuinely think about that.
Yeah.
And when you have children running around, especially children who are unaccounted for,
Yeah.
you have to be extra careful. And in a situation where you're already being extra careful, it's not something we get paid to do.
Well,
I think you hit the nail on the head there. You said accountable.
Yes,
right?
and accountable is the word.
Who's accountable
Absolutely.
is a fucking. Pardon my language, Matt's mom.
Mom.
The effing parents
It's the fucking
need to
parent-
be
my-
accountable.
sorry, Matt's mom.
So
Parents, yes.
Mere Twin, who's a brewery I love here in Lexington. No offense to you all.
they've created a great space.
Yes.
They did, and what they did is they actually let this part go, so it's no longer there. But they had the kid zoo essentially, right?
Yes, thank you for
had,
saying
You had
Explain to what that was. to
so you
anybody
had
not
these
knowing.
like bars, metal bars around a square.
It was the
It
yard
like,
for the kids.
It was
It
like
was fence.
turf.
It was
grass.
AstroTurf.
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
so
the, it was the
it's like
prison
a
yard.
dog park for your kids. You open the door, throw them in, lock it back.
But
right?
it was also only like 30 square feet. It
Yeah,
was not
yeah.
very big.
It
And
was-
the fence was
it was,
also 2 feet high.
Yeah.
And somehow these 3-year-olds were hulking their way through the bars.
They were
and ripping
bending
them
them, they were
apart.
bending them, yeah,
Hilarious. I think that's why they
What was
did
that?
it.
What was a movie called something? Lord of the Flies, the book
Oh, yeah,
too.
the book, yeah.
That's kind of what it was in there. Like biggest kid
Basically, yeah.
wins.
It's like
they had
they
war paint on.
governed themselves,
They
like,
did.
they
did.
elected a leader
They had a
and then,
leader.
like-
They actually had elections in there.
For
They
that 2
killed like
hours.
the people that weren't keeping
They
up.
killed a
yeah.
few.
That 2 hours of being at the brewery, man, was life changing.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
it's a
dude.
different
But
world.
it was
But it's
brutal
2
at
hours,
times.
yeah.
there.
I'm not the
like
same on the
brutal.
outside. You know.
Yeah, I feel like that situation, like parents feel like that absolves them of any of that responsibility. They're like, oh,
I never felt like that. Did you grow? I mean, like with the kid growing up.
I'm the
you mean
opposite.
me growing up or like with Ava
Either
growing
one.
up?
Oh, first
Same.
off, I know me growing up, my mom and dad would bust my ass.
Oh my God.
That ain't happening.
I would
That
have
was
been
a different generation.
I would have been
Yeah.
off the ground
Oh, yeah.
getting my ass back.
Yeah.
I am
With one
jerked
hand.
up with one arm
Yep.
and somebody smacking my
Yeah.
ass.
Yep.
Ah!
One
I
hand
was,
here, the other
yeah.
hand getting
Yep.
my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was of the generation as well that when I went to school, it's like, oh, my son's not doing his work. Don't worry about calling.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Don't worry
I got
about
you.
it.
No
I got you.
problem.
Just call me. Give me
Wait
a
till
call.
we get home, honey.
Yeah. No, not even that. My mom was different. She comes to school. Oh, you're in class? Cool, I got you. I'm gonna sit in class with you.
Really?
Oh,
I love it. I love
okay.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
you're here. Oh, well, why
Yep.
are you here? Oh, well, I heard you weren't doing your homework. Oh, well, shit.
You keep
Yep.
looking
Well,
over your
I got
phone
2 more
like,
hours
Mom?
of this shit.
Yeah, ma'am.
Why did
Yeah,
you have
ma'am.
to call my mama? I didn't have to. That was bad, man.
That's
it was
awesome.
bad. I learned my lesson pretty quick, to
I
be
would
honest.
say, yeah.
Well, but like I think that's people. You got like young adults who want to get out with
Yes.
their,
Yeah.
want to get out and
Yep.
be social. Great, and have beer, support your local
And you have
breweries or
kids,
restaurants,
absolutely.
whatever
No-
it is.
no
you know?
problem with that.
Fine. However, comes with a caveat. There's like an asterisk,
yes, it
right?
does. Yes, sir.
You have to have some personal responsibility.
Yes, sir.
Because if your kid starts acting like an asshole, you have to do something about that. You can't just go, oh, it's just Timmy being
Kids being
Timmy.
kids.
I'm
No.
an employee at this restaurant. I'm not your babysitter.
No.
Right.
Is that a generational thing? Because we talked about our parents, how they would have reacted in that situation.
I react the same way. And Garrett Younger.
But I do too. But people don't.
I don't
do
know.
Too. People
I don't know
don't.
if it's generational as much as it is the parent.
I feel like it's honestly, I do feel like it's the
But why
parent.
are there so many parents that do that now?
Why has it become more acceptable to let your
Right.
kid
And
do
I
that?
think
don't
that's
know.
the problem.
I'm gonna take a very unpopular opinion here.
Ooh, I got
And
something to say,
have,
too.
I have a minor, one class away from a double major in psychology. And I look at this and I think there's a lot of psychologists that say, oh, the kid has to like soothe themselves, act
Right.
it out. That's bullshit.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Do that at
I'm going to be
home.
very unpopular
Or
with this.
not.
If you want to do it at home, great, have fun, go at it. But when you're out in public and your kid is interfering with 30
Everybody
other
else,
people,
yeah.
that's a problem. Like today, my wife and I went out to eat. We had brunch at Wild Eggs and Hamburg. No problem. So when we're getting seated at our table, there's a kid up there doing like break dancing in the floor.
Was he on TikTok or just?
No.
Oh.
Back and forth and back and forth. We can't even get to our table or booth to sit down because he's like, and my thought is,
In the way.
you're not going to trip me. Like, I'll probably break your leg if I step on it, but I don't want to.
I'm
And
How old
also,
was this
like,
kid?
But still,
probably
like, get
five.
the fuck out of the way.
He's obviously
five.
just. a
But the
kid,
mom
yeah.
and her friend are just sitting there in the
Oblivious.
bed, just talking. I'm like, do you not see this shit? Like, come on. Like, you have to govern yourself and your own child. Like,
It's hilarious.
it's not right. It's not my responsibility
No.
to
Parent your
to,
kids.
to watch out for your kid. And if I say, well, here's the worst part. If I would have
yes.
said something, if I would have
Yes.
said, hey, your kid's in the
Yes,
way,
sir.
how do you think mom reacts?
All of a sudden, it's like,
I'm
don't
a-
you tell me how to raise my
I'm
kids.
an asshole. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm trying not to kill your kid.
Yeah.
I don't want to break their leg when I step on their knee and break it. Like,
What if I'm just rushing in and just not paying attention, just
100%.
happen to
Or
mow them down?
if,
do whatever they
still
got
the
to do?
what if you have a tray of food and you
What if-
can't see
Yeah.
the kid?
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
there's problems. There's problems there.
There's
You have to have some
problems.
accountability. I get it. You can't watch your kid every second every day. I get it. I get that.
But
But,
that's,
yeah,
but
when
it's
you're
not the
out,
same,
that's not
yeah.
that. I mean, you're sitting there. If Pierre's my kid and he's acting crazy, and
Yep.
I'm this close to him, how the hell don't I see that? I
Yep.
see it.
Right.
It's my choice to not interact with that. A
does
lot of people
fall on you.
say they're going to soothe themselves. They'll
Yes.
figure it out. They can figure it out at home, not out in public.
If you don't, if you don't
So-
spank your children, that's your own prerogative. If you don't put your children in timeout, that's your own prerogative.
100%.
That is your choice.
Yep.
I was from the generation of spare the rod, spoil the child. I got spanked.
Yep.
I felt like I turned out perfectly fine. But with that being said, I also felt like
Yeah.
my mom was able to talk to me
Yeah.
most of those times. And one time in particular, which I find very funny, was a time that I threw a temper tantrum as a kid in a store because I seen a small girl throw a temper tantrum in the store for candy. And it worked. Her mom was like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
My mom was like, oh, cool, I'll give you candy. And I was like, ooh, that worked. Wait a minute.
That's like a proxy
that's
example,
different.
yeah.
That's a cheat code. Wait a
That
minute.
works,
I got
yeah,
Your mom's like,
yeah, it's like,
Bam.
wait a second. And I was like, I got this. So I throw this temper tantrum, fall out on the floor. She's like, okay, gotcha.
That's the worst.
And
when
she
they're like,
snatches
okay.
my ass up and she gave me ass whooping. She's like, you get your ass up and don't do that again. And I was like,
You ain't
okay.
getting nothing.
You
You
know
give
what?
me some candy.
I don't know what she did, but what I did didn't work. So, and
You're going trick or treat, and I get 90%.
I mean,
Come on.
So I mean, for
I
real,
get
like,
the tax now.
it was
yeah.
just one of those things. It was just it worked, and I just even as a child, I knew that I got stopped by the police for burning paper, burning a book, something dumb as a kid as you always do. And the first thing he said, "You're a minor. You got to go home. We got to take you home."
Anywhere but home. I'll
Oh,
go
yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Nah.
like, please,
I don't
take me
have
to
a
jail.
home.
You
Take me to
don't
jail.
have
You're joking, but where are we going for real though?
Don't take me home, please.
Home.
rather go to jail.
What's your mom's name? What's the phone number?
No. Yeah.
Take me to jail.
Yeah,
we can
take me to
go to
jail,
jail.
yeah.
Like, and he laughed at me, and I'll never forget that. That was the one thing that really stuck with me. So when he took me home, he said to my mom, "I think he learned his lesson." And,
He's like,
and
no,
my-
no, he didn't.
And
It's
my
fine.
mom, he told my mom, he's like, he asked me to go to jail about 5 times.
Oh, my
He's
God.
like, he really didn't want to come home.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah.
And my mom was also just like, I think you might have learned your lesson.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I really didn't get in trouble
Yeah.
for it, but also at the same time, like, it's all up to the parent. Like, at the end of the day, it is a child. You have to treat a child like a child. But at the same time, a child needs to learn
You just gotta learn,
what can
right?
happen
Like, yeah.
in certain social
There's
situations.
so many parents that
Yes,
don't.
But-
do
especially in a
that.
But how
situation
you-
like that where you just
Yeah.
you don't know so many things. Danger from servers coming through with full hands, somebody you don't know. Like I mean, there's so many different situations where a child should just be like, hey, you know what? I should probably stay with my parent unless I'm told not to. You know,
I don't
it's
think
like-
we would condone, like, necessarily me and you both. I'll speak for you a little bit. But I don't think we condone, like, spanking your child. If that might not work.
Of course
that
not.
might not work. Like, we have a dog at home, so we have a
Absolutely.
husky. If you spank that husky, or if you give punitive actions to him,
Right.
he's worse.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So we've
become
realized
aggressive.
that you
Yep.
have to do whatever works for him.
Right.
But I can't let my child or dog, whatever, act crazy out in public.
Right.
And disrupt everybody's time. So for the brewery purpose, you got to be careful with your kid. Like if your kid can be behaved out, hell, bring them all. Bring 50.
Absolutely.
But if they can't and they're tripping me up and I'm drinking beer, what do you think's going to happen? I mean, me and 4 beers, I'm okay, but I'm not 100%, I'm not agile.
I mean, even just, I was going to say,
I'm not agile anyway.
Somebody who's not steady on their feet and has 1 beer,
Yeah.
and they somebody older and just gets tripped up by a kid
100%.
by accident.
Right.
It's like, that, yeah.
But Jason, like, you're 6'4", and so like
6'8".
7'13".
If you're sitting there with your beer and you're talking to a friend at eye level, and you just turn and do something, and this
don't
kid
see
comes
him.
right
You don't
through,
see him.
you're taking that kid out. That kid's taking you out.
Yep.
And you're probably going to knee that kid in the face.
Right,
'cause of
yeah,
your height.
exactly.
They're hurt and I'm falling
I
from
mean,
it.
absolutely, yeah.
And so, that's one of those things. And the parent, you're trying to look around to find out whose kid this is, because the parent is paying no damn
That would be the
attention.
first thing I do is
Right,
where the
exactly.
kid's parent.
And so, like, that part to me is frustrating. And I think
It is.
Parents need to know their kids.
Yep.
Yes.
To know, like, okay.
Same thing with your animals.
Yeah.
need to
When
know
you
your-
go out, you're not going to act a fool.
Yep.
If you act like an idiot, we're going to go back home.
Not taking you out.
Yeah. And, that's part of the learning process for children. It's how you do anything.
If your kid's known to run, then you wouldn't bring your kid out somewhere public. If your
Right.
dog's known to bite, you wouldn't bring your dog
do
out
you think,
somewhere in
Matt?
public.
I got 2
You know?
things to say. First of all,
Good-
thank
good
you
talk,
to
good talk.
Never Say Die Bourbon, our official sponsor, for making this show
The second.
a real thing, because we couldn't do it without sponsors. But
Thank
Never
you.
Say Die
Cheers.
Bourbon, great stuff. You can check them out at all your liquor stores. And appreciate the guys over at the Party House letting us record over at the Brick House.
Brick
You can
House?
check them out at Party House, PARTYHOUS.com.
Correct.
Lots of numbers and letters there. No, just
And
letters.
Freddie Mercury in the background.
But also some of the coolest properties in downtown
Fantastic.
area.
Yeah,
like,
fantastic.
Yeah,
By
in
far,
Central
one of the
Lexington,
coolest
yeah.
houses I've drank
Yeah.
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 in a long time.
But have you drank in a lot of houses? Pierre?
Quite a few, actually.
It's like I drink in just random houses all the
I walk
time.
in, I start drinking, yeah.
I am a chef. I cater a lot of parties.
Oh,
They
that's
don't want to
true,
give you
yeah, yeah.
alcohol. So, I mean, technically,
But
yeah.
the second thing is it actually begs the question, and I think we're kind of like tapping into the point. So we know, rationally speaking, that parents should be in charge of their children. If you can't maintain your child's obedience, then don't bring your child out. The thing is, a lot of parents do bring their
anyway.
kids,
Yes.
and they don't watch their kids.
Yes.
So,
They don't.
should kids be allowed in breweries? Because this is where we are in society. Like, for some reason, there are a lot of people that just don't watch their kids. I don't know why. Maybe that's a different episode. I can't figure out why, but it happens, and we see it, and it is frustrating.
Yeah.
And I also think there's 2 types of kids. I hear a lot of people complaining about babies. I don't get that. Thank you, sir.
I don't think babies. I don't have
Babies
problem,
are
I don't
not
have
the
problem
problem.
crying. Like it
I
happens.
see people
Yeah.
getting pissed off about babies, like crying and
I
just
don't.
being in the general vicinity.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's,
It's
great.
toddlers. It's little kids. Like
It's like it's the 3, 4,
It's those,
5.
it's those 3 to 6,
Yeah.
3 to
Yeah,
8,
even
whatever.
like to 8 to 9,
Yeah.
kind of like in a lot of cases anyway, where they are mobile
It's
and
when
they are
you're at
mobile in your personal space.
yes, you're at the prime age of adventure,
And if-
where you want to experience
Right.
you want
And if
wanna
kids,
get out
if
and see
parents
everything,
can't
yeah.
control their kids, should the bureaucracy, so
Yes.
to speak,
Did
should
you say bureaucracy?
Yeah,
Bureaucracy.
bureaucracy, yeah.
Nice one.
Should the business, should they say like no kids allowed? Like, should that be a thing? Because there's a lot of people think it should be.
What do you think, Drew?
Man, I think, again, I'm big on personal responsibility. We took Ava out to a restaurant, a nice restaurant where we go with our families all the time, Osaka, a little sushi place here in
Right.
Lexington. We took Ava out the first time when she was 2 weeks old, right? She's in a little chair, carrier, whatever, just to see how it would go. And if she had started crying, we're going to take her out.
Yeah.
We'll get the rest of our stuff to go.
Sure.
And we'll figure it out, But I feel like the breweries and to an extent sometimes the restaurants, yet obviously they want people to come out to their place, right? I mean, they need the money, they want money and patronage and all that stuff, but they want to make it accessible so they can make it a family-friendly environment. But the parents who come out are just like, cool, we're here, my kid's over there somewhere, I'm just gonna sit and have a beer or 5 or whatever and just hang and talk with my friends and not give a damn about what their kid's doing. And I personally, I've never had to spank my child. She's 13. All I do is give her a look.
Yep.
And when I give her the look,
That's all
she's
it
like,
takes sometimes, yeah.
And honestly, I haven't had to give her that look in about 5 years because when I do it, she knows that when
I'm being serious.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
because I'm a very kind person, but like I have that bad side of me, and so I just look at her. I'm like, don't ever do that again, you know. And so she understands that. Not every kid is like that. I get that too from a parenting and a learning standpoint. However, as a parent, you have to then go, okay, well, I want to go out, but my kid's a badass kid. What can I do? Well, you need to get a babysitter for your kid, and you can then go out to the bar or the brewery or whatever, and hang with your friends, and then come home to that bad kid, you know?
So what do you do, though, when that person decides, I'm going to bring my kid out anyway, and that kid's in your personal space when you're out without your kid?
Oh, I've done this many times, and I don't care.
You punch the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kick him in the nards, and then...
Throat check.
I think it's one of those things, too, like you look at, so should they be allowed in breweries or not? I think it depends. I think it's the best answer I could give. But the other part of that is, it's like recess in grade school.
Right.
So if you go out to recess and one kid acts up, or if you're in class and one kid acts up, it spoils it for everybody. So I think that's what happens in some of the breweries. So I was talking to Bill earlier.
That's a valid point. What?
Is that happening?
Yeah, so I was talking to Bill earlier. So Zillicoa in
He just said this off. Where did he go?
Asheville.
Oh.
He just went over there. So
So sneaky.
he texted me too. But in Asheville, North Carolina, they don't allow kids at the brewery because of that.
Right.
Irresponsible parents. Plus,
Which is... Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Zillicoa, great location, but it's also close to
the
water.
river. Yeah.
Like
the creek. But like...
Creek, but it can be a river. You
But
know,
here's
it's
the
big.
thing, Zillicoa is wide open. So
100%.
ironically,
They even have like family nights kind of thing, you know, like
ironically, of all the breweries, you would think they would be the last one to do it because it's essentially 100% open air.
Yep.
Like they're basically outside
there's
already.
no seats inside
Yeah.
before the flood.
But
I don't know.
but at the same time, they did get washed away by the flood.
Yeah.
Zillicoa, love you guys. They're coming back, so go check them out over in Asheville.
Shout out Zillicoa.
Beautiful, amazing
Asheville,
brewery.
not Nashville. so.
Yeah. One time, Jason tried to order a pizza from Nashville while we were
That's
in Asheville.
allegedly. I'm just saying.
It was awesome. Edibles may or may not have been involved, but anyways, you would think of all the places like they would have been like okay with that because it's just open air, free reign. But the fact that they decided to kind of lock down on that is kind of interesting. Kind of makes you think.
You gotta look at it. So they have so much responsibility there. So when you have water, a source of water there, like a river, a creek, whatever, your kids could drown.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
pardon my language or pardon my phrase, your dumbass parents who have no control or awareness of their kids.
Just letting them go off by the
if they're
creek.
going off by themselves and there's no barrier to the water, what do you think happens? I mean, they could drown.
Yeah.
So whose fault's that? Oh, Zillicoa. They weren't watching them like,
They
no,
get
it's
sued.
mom and
They get
dad's.
sued.
Like, what
Right.
the hell? Like, come on, man.
Well, you have to think that does become an insurance liability standpoint.
100%.
And, you know, then
Exactly.
it's-
So should they ban kids?
and with
Like,
our, I mean,
even to go back to what you all were saying about kids tripping you up, that's a liability standpoint
it
too.
is.
what do you think, Pierre? Should they ban kids? Should they have them?
Here's what makes it complicated because from a restaurant
Yes.
perspective, the kids are the draw for parents.
Yes.
A lot
They
of
need it.
restaurants will cater to kids
Local brewery, Mirror
to
Twin.
get them
it's
in.
a big
the
draw
same,
there.
It's the same way.
It's a
Big
big
draw.
reason of why I came up with the cards.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
honestly, because
Yeah.
it's like seeing a kid light up.
Collectible.
When I served, being able to give a kid a random Pokemon card or something like that as I served that table, it immediately changed the whole mood of that table. And it just changed the whole dynamic of everything.
Right.
And so...
But that's you like thinking
And that's
outside
the
of the
thing.
box.
That's
not
exactly
everybody
it.
does that, and nor necessarily should you have to think outside
Absolutely.
the box.
And that's the thing. So I'm sort of catering to a niche market of the audience. So I'm trying to make it better for parents who are coming out with their kids. Just because I'm nice. I want parents who come out with their kids to be able to enjoy themselves. Want the kid to have fun. I want it to all be a smooth experience because you get a lot of parents who come out with kids, especially out to eat. It can be difficult. I get that.
I think
But a
it's
lot of
also
parents-
different with a restaurant versus a brewery.
But
Here's
yes.
why.
Yes.
Restaurant can have alcohol. Breweries always have alcohol.
Right.
Well, 99% of the time.
No,
But I think the
absolutely.
draw-
So when you mix alcohol with kids and unruliness with, overconsumption, no matter if they're meaning to serve them or not, it's a problem.
The marketing approach is the exact same in my opinion, though, because more often than not, the kids decide where the family goes out to eat.
100%.
Yeah.
When you are a family and you have kids and you have to stay together, granted you can get babysitters a lot of time, but it's easier not to. So when you can find a quote-unquote family-friendly place, let's go out to eat. Mom and Dad want to go to Italics, We want to go to a Frankentino's.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking kid want to go sit down and have a $100 plate of pasta.
Well, they might want to go, but they want chicken tenders and fries.
Right,
Exactly.
and that's the other thing.
Not only that, they want to make noise.
They want to play. They want to run around.
I need
Frankentino's
crayons.
going to allow that.
I need,
So all of a sudden they're like, where are the kids going to enjoy themselves so that we
Right.
can enjoy themselves?
And I feel like
a lot of restaurants will have kid-friendly menus. They'll have kid-friendly agenda, items they give it. When I was younger, I worked at Carrabba's and waited tables. And we did a thing. This was partially my idea.
I like Carrabba's.
Do you remember the rubber bands that were in shape of animals and stuff like that? We started giving those out to kids.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden kids would be like, hey, Mom and Dad, I want to go to Carrabba's to eat because we get free rubber bands. That's a draw. I think the appeal is the same, even for breweries, to be like, okay, granted, you're coming here to drink beer, but if you could go anywhere you want to go and your kids are going to decide to come here, let's build a playpen for the kids outside to where they can play. And then all of a sudden, here's the thing, when you come to a brewery, all of a sudden the playpen becomes a thing of evil.
And it's like a dog park that you throw your Rottweiler in and also throw your Chihuahuas.
I don't even
Right.
you're right.
No, I mean, it's
But you're
seriously,
exactly
it's
right.
crazy in there.
Yeah.
If I had to be honest, I would say no. But I would say no on the restaurant aspect of it. I would say yes on the brewery aspect of
So you
it.
think kids should be not allowed at restaurants?
Not allowed. I think kids should be not allowed at breweries and allowed at and allowed at restaurants. Opposite.
Yeah, I mean,
because
if I had to differentiate between two and say one's a no, I would agree with that.
even if a restaurant sold alcohol,
there's more
I'd still say no.
alcohol mixed in breweries than there is
Or
in
I'd still say
restaurants.
yes, shall I say
The other thing I would think about with this sort of these people who don't pay attention to their kids,
Yes.
is what happens when, let's say a kid's running around and they trip and they run into somebody, they cause somebody spills beers or food or whatever it is.
Yeah.
If somebody who works, an employee of that brewery, says something to the parent, the child first, oh, are you okay? And then goes and says something to the parent, I feel like we're going to have Karen, come out, and then you're going to get a bad Yelp review or somebody's going to put you on blast on Facebook or
Karen
whatever.
or Kevin's going to have something to say about it for sure.
Because that person was caring for the safety of the child, but also the safety of everybody else in the damn brewery,
Yeah.
So I feel like those people would overreact so much to their own kid who
It's
they were
almost
not
responsible
controlling.
foresight on behalf of the brewery to prevent that event from ever happening.
Right.
100%.
I don't want to say, Ava, you can't come to the brewery because I know Ava's going to behave herself. I know Finley's going to behave herself.
Right.
Jason won't behave himself, but
no, I
never
won't behave
does.
myself. No.
but
it's
I got kicked out when I was last year, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
when I
honestly,
was-
Matt would put me in the playpen. I just stayed over there.
Trying to Hulk out of the
just
bar.
steps over the chain
Like,
link
screw you,
fence.
got kicked a few. I'm drinking a beer in there. I don't know.
But that's the thing that it's hard
some,
because I agree that we got to do something about it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to punish myself because my child knows how to act. She doesn't act like a damn fool, and so.
So do I think they should be allowed? I honestly do. I think they should be allowed after all I've said about it. But I think there has to be some responsibility, more responsibility,
There has to be some sort of ground rules
with the parents.
Right.
You don't have to tell me as an adult. Even when I was, so my son's 18. So even when I was 25, whatever, I had him, you didn't have to tell me to watch him.
No.
And that's
If I took him out, holy shit, if my son's acting up, I'm more embarrassed.
I agree.
And upset.
I agree.
Than anybody in the restaurant, I promise you.
We
I'm
keep
let's
going
go.
back to that. I agree.
It's the people who can sit in the restaurant and let their kid act a fool and just continuously act up, and it's like, he's upset. You gonna take him outside? He's okay.
Well, I think it's a difference in raising your kids. So in my opinion, it's more new school.
Of course,
younger
absolutely,
parents.
yes.
And I'm not saying they're wrong or right.
No, I agree. But
They could
it's
be
just
100%
different.
right. I think my way's better. They think their way's better. It's fine. But when I'm trying out methods to make my child, adhere to social norms, I can't do that in a public place and let everybody go to hell. But just to help my kid.
Because that's
I can't
exactly
do that.
it.
Like it's not me. Like
just to let him learn
it
a
just
lesson.
doesn't work.
Or
Same with my
improve
dog.
something,
If we took our dog one time, our husky, out to Mirror Twin,
Did you really?
it didn't go well.
That might have been the biggest mistake of your
Right?
life.
That was the only time he's ever been out to Brewery. I'm like,
That's
Angie's like, he's
hilarious.
so cute, he'll be fine. I'm like, okay. 13 minutes later, one beer, we just poured the beer out. Like, screw this, we're going. Like he just barking every kid, every dog. He wants to play,
poor
but
guy.
Yeah.
he's just not built for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just
Yeah,
can't do it.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
you have to realize that. I think they should be allowed, but there's a lot of governance, a lot of
I
responsibility.
agree. We keep talking about like what we understand what kids
Yeah.
should do. It's just like, how do we? Should we govern other people's kids for them, because they're not?
Because you can't.
Yeah, it's dangerous territory.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
just
there. You
not-
said
yeah.
something about, we were talking about maybe there should be some ground rules. Maybe there should be some like.
Every
like there's
rule was
unspoken
been
rules.
created because something happened.
But
This
that's what I'm
needs to be
saying.
ruled
Like
out.
there should be like, okay, what's the gym where you go to, and if you like make a lot of noise, they, like,
Planet Fitness?
Planet Fitness.
you go to Planet Fitness, right? There's social responsibility built in. I'm not saying I agree with it. I've never been there, but they call it the lunk alarm. If you go in there and you lift heavyweight and you make a lot of
you
noise,
slam,
they fucking sound an alarm off and they embarrass you, so you stop doing
Yeah.
it. But it's for the, I guess, quote unquote, protection
the
of the
other
other
people,
people,
yeah.
because they don't want to feel intimidated going there. That's the whole point. The idea is that you create a scenario to where it's like everybody
Shun those people.
everybody will be like encouraged to engage in social awareness. Otherwise, you're going to be ostracized.
Right.
Yeah.
There is something to that, I feel like. You don't need to sound a fucking alarm, but like there could be some like ground rules laid out. If your kid is unruly, then maybe like somebody there's some sort of like thing set up like, hey, if you like tell us about a kid, you get a free beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you tell us about a kid, the person who bought the person who owns that kid gets one less beer.
Yes, exactly. They have to
buy
pay for
your
beer.
beer.
They gotta
Right.
buy your
They got to
beer.
pay
yeah.
for that beer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Or
Like,
actually, the person that tells you about, you got to give their kid a beer.
yeah, you got to give them like 12.
Actually,
you got to
that
give them a
kid-
shot.
The
yeah.
kid gets the
And a
what's
cigarette.
the old school prank gum kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You just give him one of those.
No, I say just go ahead and give them a shot and a cigarette, like calm them down. But like, yeah, I think there is something to that maybe, to where
Yeah.
you can encourage social awareness to where people are encouraged to do the right thing, but like everybody's on board with it. Make it so that like it's socially acceptable
It's
to
for
do
the
that.
it's for the good of society.
Yes.
I mean, really.
the good to the community, that immediate community anyway.
The way I see it too, like, I mean, there's different ways to parent your kid. Totally get that. Different ways to make things socially acceptable. But if you're in a meeting, if me or you're sitting in a meeting, I can't get up and like dance around and like start cussing people out or like, whatever, throw my hands up and down. Like, I need to pay attention. I need to actually
we'll be
sit
like,
there and be
oh, that's
responsible.
just Jason.
Yeah,
He's fine.
right.
He's
Say,
special.
oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. But at some point, I get it. If you want to parent your kid that way, it's fine. Perfectly fine with me. It might work well.
Just don't do
Keep
it
him
in
at home.
front of me.
Keep him at home.
Yeah, when I'm trying to do my own thing. I agree. Yeah.
Let me give it a shout out to Alex at Prestige LaDroit for supplying us with the Imaginary Kiss IPAs from the Vale. Appreciate you, Alex.
Hey.
Those were quite tasty. What did you guys think about
Very
those?
tasty.
That was
Very good.
I think
delicious.
it's very good. Honestly, we had some homes too.
Yeah.
The Bottle Club 2025. It's pretty good. Pretty
Yes,
good.
sir. Yeah.
Maybe not as good as I thought it'd be, but it was still pretty good.
like
this
it.
one's actually triple mashed, 24-hour boil, aged in 4 Roses and A&L. I don't know what the hell that is. But hand-picked Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels for 31 months, finished on vanilla beans.
Absolutely.
So
Which I love that hat, by the way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Holmes
sir.
hat, yeah.
So
Oh,
shout
hell
out to
yeah.
Holmes.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Holmes. Also, shout out to Never Say Die.
Yes.
Yeah.
That bourbon
agree.
was fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for sponsoring their episode. I love these guys.
it's so good, we're getting arrested for drinking it.
I know, yeah.
It's a crime to
Bring me in,
drink
I'm
it.
It wasn't
so
us.
good.
Yeah.
We did not act up in a brewery, I
Yeah.
swear.
I've been
Appreciate
in
you
the kids'
guys.
playpen all night. So, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked it, please share it. For more Arsenic Culture, you can check us out on all the socials. We are at Arsenic Culture.
Like and subscribe on YouTube, baby.
We'll see you on the next one.